Hey esteemed, welcome to ACE Academy. I'm Harini and today we'll be discussing about the history of banking in India. So I have already uploaded the part 1 video in that we have discussed about the pre-independent phase and the second phase. So in this video we'll discuss about the third phase and I'll give you some key points to be remembered. So if you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. So now we'll continue with the third phase. Third phase is the period beyond 1991. This period saw a remarkable growth in the process of development of banks with the liberalization of economic policies. So as of now, India has become an independent country and it has started making economic plans. As a result of this, India wanted the liberalization of economic policy. As a result of this liberalization, the development of banks started in India. Even after nationalization and subsequent regulations that followed, a large portion of masses is untouched by the banking services. Even after nationalization and the subsequent regulations on banks, after establishing RRBs, regional rural banks, still a large number of people in India were untouched by the banking services. So, after seeing this, the Narasimhan Committee in 1991 gave a recommendation to allow the entry of private sector players into the banking system. So, following this, RBI gave license to 10 private entities, out of which few were very successful and they even exist today. So, the example of those banks are ICICI, HDFC, Axis Bank, IndusInd Bank and DCB Bank. So, these banks are among those 10 private player entities to whom RBI initially issued license. And in 1998, the Narasimhan Committee again recommended the entry of more private players. As a result, RBI gave license to two newbies. So, those newbies are Kotak Mahindra Bank, which was established in 2001 and Yes Bank, which was established in 2004. In 2013 to 14, the third round of banking license took place and in 2015, IDFC Bank and Bandhan Bank was emerged. So, the licensing to the Indian private players in banking business were given in three phases, first in 1991 and again in 1998 and lastly in 2013 to 14. In order to further financial inclusion, RBI also proposed to set up two new kinds of banks, so payment bank and small bank. So, Reserve Bank of India wanted a further inclusion of cash in the economy, so it wanted to establish two new kinds of bank, payment bank and small banks. In 2015, RBI gave in principal license to 11 entities to set up payment banks and 10 entities to set up small finance bank. And what we have to note here is it issued license under the section 22(1) of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 to carry on the business of small finance bank and payment bank in India. And two committees were formed, Committee on Small Banks and Committee on Payment Banks. This committee received applications from the applicants and analyzed and evaluated them by the External Advisory Committee. So, it was called as an External Advisory Committee and the head of this committee for small banks was Usha Thorat. She was the former Deputy Governor of RBI. And the Committee on Payment Bank, this committee also received applications from the applicants and these applications were analyzed and evaluated by the External Advisory Committee and the head of this committee for Payment Bank was Nachiket Moore and he was the director of the Central Board of the Reserve Bank of India. So, we are done with the third phase as well. So, now we will discuss the important points to be remembered. Allahabad Bank, which was established in 1865, is the oldest public sector bank in India which has branches all over the country and it is serving the customers for last 145 years. It is the oldest public sector bank. Imperial Bank of India. So, Imperial Bank of India was formed as a result of merger of three banks, Bank of Madras, Bank of Bombay and Bank of Bengal in 1921. So, Imperial Bank was formed as a result of merger of three banks, Bank of Madras, Bank of Bombay and Bank of Bengal in 1921. Later in 1955, Imperial Bank of India was renamed as State Bank of India. And the first commercial bank of India is Oudh Commercial Bank with a limited liability, and it was managed by the Indian Board, and it was established in 1881 at Faizabad. And Punjab National Bank is the first bank to be purely managed by Indians, and it was established in 1895 in Lahore. And the first truly Swadeshi bank is the Central Bank of India. It is also called as first truly Swadeshi bank, which was established in 1911, and it was also wholly owned and managed by Indians. And Union Bank of India was inaugurated by Mahatma Gandhi. So, you might expect questions like Union Bank of India was inaugurated by, so the answer is Mahatma Gandhi, or vice versa. Mahatma Gandhi has inaugurated which of the following bank? So, according to the option, you have to choose Union Bank. So, in which year? 1919. Osborne Smith was the first governor of Reserve Bank of India. Osborne Smith was the first governor of Reserve Bank of India, and the first Indian to be governor of Reserve Bank of India is C.D. Deshmukh. So, C.D. Deshmukh is the first Indian governor of RBI. And saving account system in India was started by Presidency Bank in the year 1833. The first Indian bank to open overseas branch is Bank of India, and the branch was established in London in 1946. ICICI Bank was the first Indian bank to provide internet banking facility. It is the first Indian bank to provide internet banking facility to its customers. And Central Bank of India was first public bank to introduce credit card. So, the first public bank to introduce credit card is Central Bank of India. ICICI is the first bank to provide mobile ATM. So, ICICI is the first bank to provide internet banking facility to customer, as well as it is the first bank to provide mobile ATM. And State Bank of India has the maximum number of overseas branches. As of now, State Bank of India is the only bank to have maximum number of overseas branches. And Capital Small Finance Bank is India's first small finance bank, and it was started in April 2016 in Jalandhar, Punjab. And the first payment bank of India is Airtel Payment Bank Limited. And Vijaya Bank and Dena Bank were merged with Bank of Baroda on January 2nd of 2019. After this merger, Bank of Baroda will become the third biggest public sector bank. So, after this merger of Vijaya Bank and Dena Bank with Bank of Baroda has become the third largest public sector bank. So, that's it. We are done with all the three paces. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing to our channel, and also share this video with your friends. So, I'll meet you in my next video. Till then, bye. It's me, Harini, signing off.